Happy Thursday, everybody. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? One sec. I got to turn off that audio. And let's just do that. I'll do it that way. There you go. It's turned off now. I don't have to hear it. Nobody else has to hear it, just me and you. So, happy Thursday. Welcome in. My name is Donnie Baker. I'm with LPR Sound Foundations. Today we're at ES Audio Recording Studios in Los Angeles, California. I know I'm an hour early. I know, but there was a little mismatch in my schedule today, and I'm gonna blame. There's a couple of reasons. I'm gonna blame my team for not. They for some reason forgot to put it on the calendar, and then it forgot to send the email, and then someone else booked the calendar at 11. A coaching client actually booked in at 11 o'clock, so I got to work with the coaching client at 11. And then, I'm blaming the person responsible shall remain nameless for the moment. But just know that one of my team members, one of our team decided to not do the work they were supposed to do, and he said he forgot. Let it slide. It's okay. We can talk about that some other time, though, but that's funny. So welcome in, everybody. Again, I'm here to answer your questions and to help you out with whatever needs to happen. If you're on the chat, go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me know where you're at. If you've got, if you want to let me know if you got any questions, please make sure that you, let me see if this works this way. Yeah, make sure that you preface your question with a Q and a colon so that I can find it. Sometimes the chat gets like super busy and I have to go through and do a search, and it makes it really easy for me to find your question so that I can get to it. You know what I mean? So let me know in the chat where you're from, and if if there's some other things that let me know in the question. Put your questions in there. Let me know. Today I do want to talk to you about something that happened this past week that I thought was really important, and it came across as something that it's my responsibility to make sure. Well, one of my responsible jobs here at the studio, other than being the owner and operator, is to make sure that everything works properly the way it's supposed to work. And we had a thing that happened this past week. That what happened, honestly, we use Apollos for our interfaces in all the studios. There's an Apollo in all the studios. And if you guys that know the Universal Audio Apollo, it comes with a software that actually allows you to do different configurations, and you can route things differently internally. And it works with the interfaces and with the outside. It all works together. And what we had was someone had changed the input-output status of the Apollos in our larger studio, and the next time somebody came in to work, an outside engineer had come in to work with a band, and didn't change the Apollo back to its normal state. So some of the I/O, some of the inputs and outputs were not available to the engineer that was here. And the reason for that was someone changed it and didn't put it back. And again, my responsibility to make sure that the I/O is back to the defaulted way it's supposed to be. All 32 inputs going to where they need to go, and all 32 outputs going to where they need to go. It's ultimately my responsibility as the manager here at ES Audio Recording Studios. And I just didn't think about it, because normally we do when bands are coming in, here's what happens. When somebody books the studio, there's a form that they get, an automated form. Once they book the studio, they get a questionnaire, if you will. And on that questionnaire, it says, hey, tell us a little bit about your session that's coming in so we can be prepared for when you get here. Okay? This is a normal thing. And normally people are like, oh, we're just cutting vocals. Oh, we're just doing guitar. Oh, we're going to record some drums. So if somebody says, either drums, if it's vocals or guitar or simple voiceover, one microphone, two microphones, that's easy. Okay. But if somebody's coming in, they say drums or they say a full band. We got a full band. We're doing a 7-song EP. We're gonna be there for 3 days. I want to kind of know what is coming with that band. So there's another questionnaire that goes out. If the main system sees the word band or drums, or there's a couple of keywords that it looks for. But if it sees that, it sends another form and says, "Oh, hey, it'd be really cool if you gave us a little bit more information so that we could be fully prepared when you get here. We could have the mics, we could have all the mics set up and ready to go when the drummer gets here. We can have all the band ready to go when they get here, and that'll cut down on time that it takes to actually figure out what we need because we've already done that, and because time in the studio is time in the studio, and it's expensive. It's not cheap. This particular studio is not that inexpensive. We're not super pricey, but we're not that it's not that cheap. You can get cheaper studios, but you're going to get the quality. I mean, you definitely get what you pay for, and you definitely pay for what you get. So that's how it works. So when a band is coming in, it's going to ask you more like, okay, is the how many piece drum kit? Is the drummer bringing his own drums? Is he right-handed, left-handed? These are things that we can set up in advance. And what we do there is we fill out a track sheet. Okay. And what I'm going to share with you guys today is a track sheet. I've got a free track sheet that I'm going to give you. It's on Google Sheets. So I'm going to leave it on Google Sheets so that you can adjust it and make it your own, put your logo on it, whatever you want. It's yours. I've just, it's all lined up and ready to go and ready to be filled out. So I'm going to share that with you today. I'm also going to give you a download of it. I can give you that. If you want to go here, if you want to write this down, go to learnprorecording.com/track sheets. You can download that from there. I'll also put it in the, I'll share that with you again before we leave today, but I'm also going to add this to the link, track sheet link. I'm going to add it to the chat so you guys have it there. It's in the chat. You guys that are watching me live or watching the replay, it'll be there in the chat. And you just go click it and download it. It's real simple. I'm going to share that with you right now. So what I did, I know some of you guys might already have my track sheet, but I've adjusted it so that this problem that we had this week with the I/O being changed on the Apollo will not happen again. So let me share my screen with you, and I want to show you what I did. Now, this is the main page on the track sheet, which, as you can see the my mouse isn't there, but you can see the artist. Let me put my mouse on there so you guys can see my mouse. I should be able to change that in here somewhere. Screen sharing, include mouse cursor. There we go. So now I can add my mouse. I can actually make it a little bit bigger so that you guys can actually see it. And there you go. Let me close that so you can see. So there's my mouse cursor. Oh, y'all can see it now. So up here you can see this is the first page of the track sheet. You can write down the artist name, the song name, the project name, the producer, the studio, the engineer, and any contact info that somebody might need. Let's say you might need to get a hold of the producer and ask a question, or you might need to get a hold of the band and ask them to come in 15 minutes earlier. The contact info will be here. The date and the time, if it's a label deal, any assistant that you might have, the console preset, and the Apollo preset. So it depends. Okay, we've got a couple of different ways that we can run this. We can run it strictly in the box, like say we're using Pro Tools. We can run strictly in the box. In our studio, you can also monitor on the console. We have a full-blown analog console in there. You can monitor on the console. The console has presets, and you can set that up here, whether it's in the box or out of the box on the console. But this is the important part. Now this is where you guys can change yours. I've added my my Apollo presets depending on what the Apollo 8P. We have an 8P in there as well. I can do a fully analog studio mode, which changes the I/O to 32 straight inputs, 32 straight outputs. In the box, ITB DAW mode. We also use a Townsend sometimes with our drum session, and that's a little different. It's got to have a little bit different setting, and so on and so on. We sometimes mix with the VSX headphone system, and that's already set up. And this this is what was selected when somebody came in. And what it does is it gets rid of 2 of the inputs and 2 of the outputs, so you can't use them. And the engineer that was here couldn't figure out why the inputs and outputs weren't available to him. So they thought there was something wrong with the patch bay or something wrong with the studio. So they started investigating that. It got into a big mess. It got into a whole thing. So you can also keep track of the tempo and the key, bit rate. Some people want higher bit rate and bit depth and sample rate, so you might want to change that. Now we get into down here. You have notes. You can write notes. Now, what I normally do, I'm a writer. I like to write things down because it makes it real for me. When the band comes in, I'll write their names down. This is a trick that just helps you with your credibility and helps you with your, it helps the band like you more. Because if you're trying to ask the guitar player to do something, you go, "Yo, guitar player." But if the guitar player's name is Bob and you say, "Yo, Bob, can you check your tuning for me?" Bob in his mind is like, "Wow, that engineer remembered my name." Yeah, because the engineer wrote it down. That's why. So here's where you start keeping your track of your inputs and your outputs. Now, all the things that you put on the front page are going to follow through down here. It's going to follow across to all the other pages. But you can keep track of what mic, what input, what mic you're using on that input. So let's say you make this the kick drum. You could say I'm going to use a Beta 52 or a D112, whatever. What preamp it's going to, if you're using an insert, what DAW input. And this is kind of important for us because we have an Aviom headphone system. So we can put down the headphone feed, because as you see, this last page is all about the headphones. What's on headphone 1, what's on headphone 2. We do have a couple that are always on. The click and the talkback are just always on there. And so we leave that. But these are all the same. And then you put, if there's any notes like, oh, we're using a ribbon mic, make sure not to use phantom power, whatever. I can put that on there. I can basically hand this sheet. To my assistant or to the interns. Dude, they can set it up. I mean, that's just that they put the mics on the stands and plug it in. They know where it goes. They do the patching. They know where everything goes. Man, it makes life so much easier and so much more efficient when you do it that way. I appreciate it. I like that. I like the fact that I have this. And now that I've changed it and added the Apollo, the console preset and the Apollo IO preset, I'm not going to forget to change back. Let's say if it's a full band, I'm going to be using that. If it's a full band, I'm going to be using the full analog studio mode, because that's what most engineers, most producers that come through here, that's the way they want to do it. They want to monitor on the console. They're used to monitoring on a console, and that's what they get when they get here. So just to reiterate that I don't want to make these mistakes anymore. I don't want this to be a thing. And it's ultimately my responsibility, because I run things here. This is my studio. I run it. Even though there's someone else in there. It's a different engineer. Maybe they brought their own assistant. I'm a second, because I know where everything is. I know where the cables are. I know where the stands are, and that's just how it works, man. It's your studio. You have to do it your way. I get it, but at the same time, you have to be accommodating to other engineers and other producers that come through. If you're a commercial studio, like such as we are. It's not just about me here. Do we have any questions in the chats at all? If anybody's watching me on YouTube or Facebook, we're live on YouTube and Facebook today. So make sure that in the chat, make sure that your question is prefaced with a Q and a colon if you want me to see it. I just put it in the chat there for you. I'll also throw it up here on the screen for you. Make sure it's prefaced with a Q and a colon, just in case. So if you guys want to make sure that happens. We can also throw comments up on the screen. This is kind of fun. So make sure your question looks like this with a Q and a colon. So I also want to make sure that you guys understand where to download this track sheet. It'll open up in sheets for you. You can save it as your own. You could make it your own, change. You may not want it. You may not have the same Apollo. You may not even have an Apollo. But you can still use the track sheet part of it. But you do have an Apollo. You can go in and save your IO presets. And here's that again. If you want to go download it, just go to learnprorecording.com/track sheet. Why do people do that, man? /. It's like you're chopping somebody off or something. So yeah, /track sheets with a plural, because you're going to use more than one, I guess. We'll say it that way. So any questions, comments, or concerns? I do have to keep this kind of short today, just in case I got to kind of get ready for that coaching session at 11 o'clock. So yeah, look, I'm trying to do this every Thursday. Hopefully this builds into something where you guys come over and you're anticipating me coming out and helping you out and showing you some cool stuff. If you guys have any suggestions of something that you want to see, today I'm posted up in my podcast studio because both studios are being used today. I couldn't put the system. This system is actually on wheels. I can actually move it around. It'll shake, and I can move it into any room that I need to. If I need to show you some stuff in Studio A, I'll go in there. If I need to show you some, last week I think we were in Studio B. I showed you some stuff in there. That's just it makes it really cool, you know. So for I can show you whatever you need to see. We do have some projects coming up. Is this the one that I think this is the one. Let me see if I throw it in there. Yeah. No, this is the new and improved Introduction to Audio Engineering course. I just threw it in the chat. Just dude, check that out. It's an amazing course. It does come with some live coaching if you so choose to. That's coaching with me. If you're local to the Los Angeles area, of course you can come into the studio. That's a pretty dope way to get the coaching done, because you're going to be here in the studio working with me one-on-one, me and you hanging out, me showing you how to do what you need to do. And then there's also remote coaching, which you get me live for, a couple hours a week. So there's that. So go check that out, man. It's a pretty cool deal. It's not expensive. It's not super cheap, but it's for what you get, bro. It's not expensive at all. Just ask anyone that's gone to one of those colleges, you know what I mean, and paying their loans off by working at the Starbucks. Well, that's weird. It just said that my thing ended, but it looks like it's still going. I'm actually monitoring the YouTube feed right here so I can see what's going on. But for some reason, my streaming software said it had ended, but it looks like it's still going strong. So yeah, go check out those courses, man. I put it in the chat. It's just if you want to just go to learnprorecording.com, and up at the top you can click on the thing that says courses, I think is what it says. I can go check it for you real quick. I didn't make a download a quick thing for it there, but I can go look real quick and see what it says and how to get to it real quick, just to show for you guys that are not. It's look under resources. There you go. Click under click resources, and then there's all the offerings that we got. We got one-on-one coaching, the community, introduction engineering course, and the advanced audio engineering course. It's those are pretty cool. Check those out, man. Those are just go to learnprorecording.com, resources up at the top there. Click that. There's a cool thing you download for free. The Studio Growth Formula is up there at the top. If you click that, the free thing. That's pretty cool in case you guys have not gotten that yet. If you want to try that, go to learnprorecording.com/Studio Growth Formula. I don't have that written down. You'll have to go just remember that. Studio Growth Formula. Go build your own studio, man. That's where it happens. That's where it's fun. Do this for a living, bro. I mean, seriously. Is this what you want to do? Is this what you want to be? Come on, be this. I've been doing this for a minute. This is actually our 20th year as a studio, as a legit studio. I've been doing audio engineering since I was a kid, man. That's all I've ever done, pretty much. It was that one time I had that one job, but we can talk about that later. Just kidding. No, look, this is all I've ever done, man. This is it's a pretty cool gig, and I want everybody to do what if you love basket weaving, I want you to weave the best baskets that you can weave and make the most money that you can from weaving them baskets. And that's why I'm here, is to help you do what you love to do for your job, whether it's audio engineering, whether it's singing, whether it's playing a piano, whatever you want to do. I want you to do what you want to do. I want you to be you. Stop trading your time making someone else wealthy. That's I get really passionate about that, man. And you know what? That's what we're going to talk about next week. We're going to discuss something about that next week. How to stop thinking about what everyone has always told you to think your entire existence, is that you have to grow up, go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, get the dog, get the minivan, and then retire, and then learn to fish. And then that's it. That's all you get. No, that ain't all you get. What if you want to do something else? What if you don't want to do that? What if you don't want to do this? Do you, man. Do what you want to do, and that's what I want you to do, is to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that. I mean, come on. And then we're going to talk about that next week. I don't want to get too deep on it today. I get passionate about it, man, because This is it's been a passion of mine to be able to. I'm so fortunate that I've been able to do something that I really enjoy doing, and raised my entire the kid, and the boy, and everything, and I was I do what I love to do, and I've been fortunate that I made enough money to do this and to enjoy this, and still going, man, still killing it, and having a great time at it, and I want everybody listening to my voice right now. I want y'all to do this. I want y'all to be able to do something that you love to do, whether it's audio engineering or basket weaving, whatever you want to do. Let's get it done. And I got ways that you can do it. I can help you. That's why I'm here, is to show you and to guide you and to help you learn how to learn how to stop thinking like everybody's always told you to think. You know, think differently. Think over here, man. Think over on that side, because it's not the same as that side. You don't want to be on that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be like everybody else, right? You want to be like you. So get that done. All right. So if there's no more questions, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna make another cup of coffee. Get ready for that coaching call I got coming in. So reach out to me. Did I put that on there? No, I didn't. Reach out, man. If you want to reach out, it's info@learnprorecording.com. Real simple email address. info@learnprorecording.com. Get that done. Send me suggestions about something that you want me to talk about, something that you want me to show you. Don't forget to download your. Don't forget to go download your track sheets. They're new and improved. And again, this is going to help avoid any problems, especially if you're on an Apollo and you use the IO. If you use the console app for your Apollo, and definitely get that done. And you, I don't know. Let me share that one more time. You can see that I put it right here. I got it in red so that you can see it. It's I had to put it on there like that because I don't want to make that mistake again, man. It was really it was kind of embarrassing that we had that happen, and the other engineer that was here was, he brought the band, he brought the producer, he brought the project in, and then I didn't really pay attention to it, and then they were wondering why stuff didn't work, and it's ultimately my responsibility, and we fixed it during the session. It got repaired, and I figured it out during the session. But there was that time when they were trying to get sounds on the drums, and they were missing some of the mics, and some of the mics some of the mics weren't going where they were supposed to go, because the IO was all different. Like, the inputs were different, the outputs were different. So once I figured that out, it took me a minute to realize what had happened, because at first, the first thought is like, oh shit, something's broke, and so you start thinking about what's broke, change the cable, change the thing, change. No, it's the IO. It's so simple. So that's why it's red. That's why I make sure that now I can see it, and I'm going to adjust it. I'm going to go, oh, I better look at it. Oh, I better make sure, and that's the thing. So again, I'm going to get up out of here, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for these few minutes today. Have a great Thursday. We'll see you Monday on the podcast. Hopefully you guys are signed up for that. If you're not, get on the list, man. Get on the list for that. When you sign up for that, when you sign up for the track sheet, you will get on my list. You'll get an email going, oh, hey, don't forget about the podcast. Oh, hey, don't forget about the blog post on Wednesday, and all that stuff. There's the Monday podcast, the Wednesday blog post. Now we got the Thursday morning lives. We're going to try to bring this to you every week. Hopefully my team remembers to put it on the dang calendar so that nobody can book me otherwise. So, but other than that, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a few minutes. My name is Donnie Baker, and I am with LPR Sound Foundations, and also ES Audio Recording Studios. I don't know if you see the shirt. But we'll see y'all next week, and have a great weekend. It's coming up. Be ready for that. It's spring. It's getting warm out. Time to get outside and enjoy some life, and that's what we do. So my name is Donnie B. I am out of here. We will see you next time. I still don't have I got to make an outro page, man. I just don't have one. I could do the intro page again, but that would be silly because it's got a countdown clock on it. Anyway, I'll see y'all next week. I'm going to end the broadcast now, and be safe, be good, have fun. Peace.